back to the podcast.
Woo.
Today we have the one and only.
Oh, Roman.
For
Woo.
a Roman Rants video.
For,
First of season
for
3.
Roman Rants episode, backed by popular demand. Like, I actually swear people have been like, yo, Roman's so funny. Like, we need to have him back on the podcast. So,
It's the best episode I've ever watched. I was like, whoa, thanks.
yeah, I'll just go fuck myself. Like,
well, thanks, guys. Woo.
okay, so do you have any weekly updates for us? We want to get started with the weekly updates quick here because we have a lot to talk about today. Fran has a lot of topics on her phone to talk about, and I think that like there's just been like a lot going on.
I hope you do as well.
Start with you.
No, start with you. You're the guest.
Nothing really. Kind of just got my electrical license.
Oh, yay. Woo.
Oh yes, Roman's officially a licensed electrician.
Woo.
Congrats.
Another woo
Mhm.
for me. How about you guys?
That's it?
That's all
That's
your
it,
updates.
really.
Nothing like
Anything in
no
the news?
story, nothing that you've like came across.
Anything in the news that caught your eye?
Is it the president or prime minister of Ukraine? Is it the
I
president?
think it's the president.
Yes, that guy on like Vogue magazine.
That's old news, Rom.
It's kind of old,
I
but
didn't
like,
know that.
Oh,
isn't it kind of weird? Like the
Wait, why is
country's
he
in
on
war and this
Vogue?
guy's like modeling and stuff.
Yeah, him and his
Guys.
wife posed for Vogue magazine, and like the background was pictures of war.
And they
Yeah,
just like posed
They
on
were
there?
like
Yeah.
literally like
like
made it like a selling.
No,
thing,
they
like-
weren't smiling. They were like I don't know.
They were acting serious,
yo,
which
I
was
don't-
even worse. Yeah, his
They're
wife
like-
was like holding on to him, and he was
No,
like,
but like I
like,
don't know,
the
but I feel like
smoldering
you could
intensity.
also say that like it was to represent what his country's going through right now.
Oh, bullshit.
Vogue is
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
sold
come on.
on.
You're on Vogue to do that? Like, why can't you get on the news and maybe be like,
Yeah.
hey, help my country out?
Hold up,
I
I know what will
guess.
help
And
this
no one
war.
reads
Going
magazines
on
anymore.
Vogue magazine.
Who
Um,
reads magazines?
Anyways,
Yeah.
well that's pretty.
That was in
significant.
the news. That
Yeah.
kind of like caught my eye.
Is that the thing that you said that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like it was very like contradictive like thing for him to like just go on a
Controversial, yeah.
magazine during war.
Yeah, true. I don't have any significant updates. Do you?
I had a dream last night and it was so scary. I had a dream that I come home and there was a monument kind of not a monument. What's the word I'm looking for?
Shrine.
No, it was a monument, like stone, and it was engraving in it. A monument.
Like hieroglyphics.
No,
that
no.
shit?
There was a stone and it was engraved and it said, "You owe the government $10 billion or you're going to jail."
And it was engraved in
That
a
was
stone.
in my property, on my property. And all my neighborhood was watching me like, what a fraud. Like, she owes the government 10 and I started crying. So the government comes to pick me up and I call France.
The government comes to pick you up.
I call France. I'm like, I'm going to jail. He's like, okay, sick. Bye. I was like, and he was like, I'm playing basketball. I was like, what?
That is
It's so weird.
I swear he doesn't even play
You
basketball.
were there. Mommy was there. Daddy was there. We all we all got into a room to get interviewed. So my dad went first. My mom went first. Sam goes. As Sam is coming up the stairs to be like, Fran, it's your turn. I turn around and my phone rings this morning. It was Francie who like it woke me up at
Yeah.
like 6:30 a.m. So I don't know what happened.
I
don't know if
wonder
ended up
what
going to jail.
I said to the government.
But like, I made me sketch out. I was like, do I owe the government like 10?
Yeah, do you?
Obviously not.
No, I
Fran.
know, but I was-
Where
it was-
do you have 10? Like,
No, I don't know, but it was really bad vibes.
$10
It
billion
kind of almost
in
gave me the
debt.
impression that like my dreams, I've always said, are psychic. I have psychic dreams. Like literally, I predict the future. I'm not even kidding. So what if this is like a dream that the government's like trying to take over?
well, they are.
I mean, it could be like a foreshadowing that like maybe you're gonna owe like tax money to the government. Maybe not like
I really hope
$10
not $10
million.
billion.
Okay,
but, like-
no, I think this is foreshadowing what's currently going on. You know what I mean? Like literally,
They're going to claim all
the
your
amount
assets.
the amount of control. I hate getting into this shit on here, but the amount of control that's like being put upon us, like you literally, like they keep saying that you will literally own nothing. Like you will own nothing. You'll just be like given like allowances and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's kind of what your dream was foreshadowing. But
Maybe,
I mean, I
but
don't
that
know.
was a really fucking scary dream. What other weekly update do I have?
Um,
I saw a
okay.
TikTok. Sorry, I saw a TikTok where Kim Kardashian was at a mall and people were like screaming for her, and it really pissed me the fuck off. It's like, and then North was like, "Everybody, shh!" I was like, "I'm gonna punch you in the face." Like,
Oh.
North,
sorry,
I'm
I
sorry.
hate
I don't
that
mean to
kid.
talk shit on a little
I hate
fucking kid,
that
but
kid.
I mean, she,
this is so mean.
Literally like 7,
She-
no?
yeah, that's mean, dude.
She's entitled. Like,
Obviously,
you're telling-
her parents are Kim and Kanye.
She's like, everyone's like, she's like, shh, everyone, like, shh. Everyone's like, oh, you're so cute, North. Like, she's like, everyone be quiet. Shh.
I would
Like,
want to kick her.
Frank,
things
don't
down.
tell me to shut up.
Imagine
Maybe I'm
your
just my
parents
ego.
were Kim and Kanye.
I would still be humble.
Really?
I don't
Wouldn't
care
like
if
your parents raise you like that though? Like I don't know.
well, I don't know. Her dad's Kanye West, like, but like
Yeah, guys.
at the same time, I don't care how
Absolutely.
much money I have. Oh, another weekly update. Sorry, I went to go see Lady Gaga in concert, and she was actually amazing. Like I cried. I never I thought I liked her as much as I did, but she's actually like a good person.
I've seen Lady Gaga.
Yo,
in
she's
concert.
like a
She's really
sick
good.
like person outside of like fame.
No, she's like humble. She's so
Mhm.
nice. Her voice is like amazing. Like, and you don't see concerts anymore where people sing, dance, and have like multiple like outfit changes. It's rare. Like
It's
she was
2 hours
it's
of
like a
someone spitting
performance.
rap
She
and
was
like
in,
that's it.
well, OVO Fest apparently was shit too. Like I saw TikTok. You know what that is, right?
yeah.
I saw TikToks. No, I don't know. I saw TikToks and like someone was like, it was like karaoke in like a basement. Like they were all like singing over like the played tape of the song, but like having a conversation over it. Like it was
Really?
weird. Yeah. I
Just
don't know.
talking to the crowd like
Yeah.
while the song is
So it's like
playing.
the song's rapping and they're like, okay, yeah. And like Nicki Minaj and Drake are talking to each other. And everyone's like, yo, we want to hear you sing. Like we're not here to
Yeah.
fucking
We just paid 9
Kumbaya.
bills. Like,
Literally
no,
10
Yeah, we
10
get
bills.
paid 10 bills to watch you guys have a conversation on stage. Like, thanks.
Anyways, my weekly updates.
I don't really have many weekly updates to be honest with you. I've been like fucking deep into like work and stuff like that, so nothing really interesting to
That's
talk
what
about.
life
but-
is now, right? Like just work. Just Monday
well,
to
that's
Friday.
actually one of the things that we want to talk about.
We have listener weekly updates that we got.
So there's a couple of listener weekly updates that we got, and one of them was the topic of work-life balance.
Well, I want to get into that second because that's like I want to have an actual convo about that. Let's get into it.
As you can see, we still don't streamline our conversations here. We just fucking spitfire. I was listening to our episode from last episode. Fran, we were actually like, I feel bad for the people who listen to us. We're like, and you're like, oh, and then this happened. Oh, actually, this
That's
happened.
what
And I'm like,
podcast is, dude. Like,
I know, but
it's
I'm
like
I know, but I was listening to it. And I'm like, hey, we need to like streamline.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
so
like
go.
people like the authenticity.
And why are we
right?
discussing
Like,
this now as
I
we're
don't know.
on
Sorry, guys, we're
podcast?
having like a fucking
that's not
office
true.
hours. Okay, go.
Anyways, so someone said to us, "Did you guys manifest on Lionsgate Portal yesterday?" And I was like, "I've never
What is
heard of
Lionsgate Portal?
Lionsgate Portal." So I messaged her,
Well,
unless you know what it is.
Roman, did you manifest on Lionsgate Portal yesterday?
I don't know what Lionsgate Portal is.
I mean, I had a dream that I owe the government money, so not the best dream to have on this Lionsgate Portal.
is
but
that what that is?
Basically, she said yesterday was the most powerful day of the year because it was 8/8, so 8th of August, which is perfect for manifesting.
But
It's like-
why?
because it's very rare. Like it's never gonna happen again.
The 8th of August is never going to happen again?
I guess.
August 8th is never going to happen again?
Wait,
Did she mean that?
powerful
Like,
day of the year because it was 8/8, 8th of August.
Do you know what I mean? Like, is it not never going to
Oh,
happen?
maybe like if that's just a powerful day in general, like 2 8s.
but
Wait, I kind of look up a
but
line.
every year it's August. There's an August 8th.
Maybe every year it's the Lionsgate Portal.
It's the 8th of the Lion's Gate. Sounds
Wait.
like a fucking-
Oh, it's cosmic synergy between stars, signs, and numbers. So it's an annual alignment. So it happens every year. Yeah, which is August 8th. I'm confused.
Well, anyways, I
This
didn't
day will
manifest
never
on
happen again.
I didn't manifest on Lionsgate Portal Day, but I did.
Wait, I'm sorry. And then she had another weekly update for us. She
Oh.
said that great news yesterday. She passed her RMT certification test
Oh.
after 3 months of waiting and officially is an RMT. So I said,
Oh, that's
congrats to
good.
her.
Congrats. Well, I
Oh,
mean,
congrats.
if good things happened to you on August 8th, it was because
Meant to be.
probably the Lionsgate Portal thing. But I did want to touch on, I know we used to like talk a lot about like manifesting and things like that, and like how we would like intentionally like manifest. And I've realized lately that like I haven't been doing that, but I've been doing it in my daily habits. And like that circles back to that book that you and I talked about, Atomic Habits, where like your goals and your things start coming to life when you start implementing little habits into your day that actually form into like you producing your goals. So instead of me always sitting there and intentionally manifesting so hard on like certain days and all of that, like which I used to all the time, I used to be so intentional with it. Now I'm kind of just like almost doing it naturally. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, you know what, today's gonna be a really good fucking day, and I'm gonna do this, this, and that, and I'll be like, I'm gonna be confident in like the way I approach things today. Just like little things and like little
Mhm.
reminders to myself, and an overall positive attitude, like going into the day with positivity, and I'm manifesting positive things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my update on my manifestation journey. Also, if you don't like this drink,
The
why
drink
are you
just
drinking
tastes
it?
like actual like acid, like sweet acid.
All right.
Yeah, I
Um,
did not like it.
I agree with what you just said though. I have not been journaling or meditating.
I've
which
been
is-
journaling. I just haven't been doing this whole like extensive process of manifestation that we used to do and that we used to talk about because I just felt like it
But
was
why
too.
do you need to like write it down? Why can't you just
I
like?
don't, and that's why I like that you're here because Roman is literally the epitome of somebody who unintentionally manifests. Like the key to manifestation is thinking it and then
Right.
believing it and then like actually living in it. Like you're having so much trust in that goal or that thing that you desire that like it just naturally starts happening. And you're literally the epitome of that. He will be like, I'm gonna get my license. Yeah, I'm getting my license like in a month. I'm like, oh, okay. Like he hasn't studied yet. He hasn't really like done much for it yet. Like you didn't really do anything at that point. We're going away on a vacation, but you're like, I'm gonna do it. And you lived each day just knowing that it was gonna happen. And you kept going with the flow each day. Whatever came at you, you're like, oh yeah, I'll take it. And you studied when you need to study and do what you need to do. And in the end, you passed on your first try and you're licensed now. But you do that with everything in life. Like literally. And it's fucked. Like it's almost like I had an epiphany the other day. I'm like, yo, the way that you actually manifest things to happen and like your goals to happen is like an example is like always right in front of me, which is you. You know, like you literally do that all the time. Meanwhile, I'm here in my past. I'm trying so hard to manifest. I'm just writing it down every
But
day.
that's
I'm like,
why. Like,
yeah, you're
it's
trying
not
hard.
natural when you're trying hard. Like, not don't try. Just like it's almost like just like accept the way life is and just
Yeah.
like roll with that. You know, when you're
Mhm.
like trying to make something happen, you're like
You're
trying to
obsessing over
manifest it. You're almost like not manifesting anymore because you're trying.
Yeah.
Like you're
You're gonna
not
live as if like it's already
you're
happened.
not really exactly.
Or
or
if it's happening.
you live
exactly
as if like you're
as
not
it, like
or you live as if you're not worried about whether it's gonna happen or not. Like you're like, I'm gonna get licensed. I'm just using this as an example, but like you do it with
Mhm.
everything. I'm gonna get licensed. If I don't, whatever, I'll try again. If I like, but you're not thinking about that. You're just like going with the flow. It's like if you want a new job opportunity, like so bad, you're not gonna obsess over it. You're just gonna be like, you know
Mhm.
what? If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But like
Exactly,
you already
exactly.
feel like you got it, so it doesn't matter, and it happens. Like you're not going about your whole day thinking about that and not living. You know?
It's almost like a half glass full mentality. Like you're going, I went into it as if like I already had my license. So I was treating everything else in my life as if I had my license
Mhm.
Yeah.
already when I didn't even have my license yet.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it just brought forth the vibes that like eventually I did get my license because like I don't know. I also did study like and try a bit.
No,
but-
obviously. But I'm just saying that like the answer to like all my questions about like how do you manifest, I realized these last couple months, I'm like, Roman literally has been doing it in front of me all these years. Like, I don't mean to get sentimental, but like I feel bad.
Yeah,
like
you're making me like cry.
No,
dude.
but I feel bad 'cause you've, like- I hope it's okay that I say this, but like
What?
how you felt like in school and stuff. Like Roman's like has like told me like in school, like he felt like he wasn't. Why don't you like? I don't want to speak on it.
Why? Just speak your
No,
opinion
you.
on it. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was like the brightest kid. Obviously, I didn't like study that much. Solid fucking like D student.
Yeah,
Like-
and you mentioned that people would like not make fun of you for it, but like
no, not like make fun of me, but like
made you feel like you weren't like academic level type of
yeah,
thing.
I just got that vibe.
Yeah, and like
Sometimes.
meanwhile, someone like me or even Fran try so hard to get like straight A's all the time, and
I
like
didn't try that hard, but
no, but I mean like put pressure on ourselves. You
Yeah.
know, like if we failed, we're like fuck, we failed, blah blah blah, and like you're like one of the most successful people I know, regardless of like what people said about you, because you just like believed in yourself and believed what you wanted to achieve, and you literally lived day by day as it came. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I literally picked my job randomly out of like panic because I dropped out of college. I remember I was like, I just can't sit down in this class anymore
You did what you wanted to
and
do.
listen to
Mhm.
this teacher. I just need to do something physical where I can just keep occupied throughout the day. And I just randomly got a job with my uncle, and I remember I just loved it.
And of course, like people help you along the way, like your parents, your uncle, obviously they helped you, but it's like about you making those decisions and choices to like consciously just like follow what you
yeah, a
wanna
lot
do.
of people would have dwelled like, oh, what am I gonna do with my life? Like if I'm not
Yeah.
going to school for this, you know, like I knew people like that. They just did like 3 years in a degree. They don't even do anything with that degree.
the school's so
Exhibit
I've been
A.
saying that
I
school's
went to U of
overrated.
T for 5 years
They're
for
just
urban
in
planning.
debt for
Ask
no
me if I'm in
reason.
urban
Like,
planning. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah.
didn't like. So, anyways, kudos to you, and I think I learned my most about manifesting because of you.
Oh, glad I like had like a positive impact on you. Gandhi
Speaking
or
of
some
work,
shit.
somebody's weekly update was work-life balance. And I think that just means like they want us to
They
speak
wanted to
upon
talk about it.
work-life balance. I mean, Francie had this conversation too, where it's like, I've come to a point where like, I don't care I've been working for 2 weeks. Like not even like I'm working for 3
Oh,
weeks.
wait, before you
I
continue. Wait, I'm sorry. Before you continue, I just want to mention, I was talking to a friend about today. She was like, oh, she's like, I have work-life balance. Like, it's totally fine. I was like, but I feel like you need to wait a bit longer until when you like have a lot, because you're still training, right?
No, I know, but I can already
The
tell from the vibe
environment?
of this job. Like I love
I guess.
what I'm like. I like the job. I love it.
Whoa.
Sorry, I've had multiple one-on-ones with my managers and stuff. I just like I love the work that I'm doing, and I know the work that I'm going to be doing is like things I actually want to do.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've had this like, epiphany. And me and Francie had like this talk where it's like I don't care how much money I get made if I don't have a good work-life balance. I will not like sacrifice my life for money. Like
100%.
I am
Mhm.
not going to sacrifice my life for money if it means I have to wake up every morning, go to work, come home, go to bed, wake up, go to work, like and have no fucking life and no time for the podcast.
Yeah,
no time
Monday
for
to
my
Friday,
friends.
you're just signed off somewhere else.
Yeah, and I
Like-
think it's unfair for like I don't know jobs to expect that on people. I mean, that may make me seem like lazy or like not
No.
hardworking or like with a bad work ethic. But that's what people want you to believe that you
Yeah.
are if you don't work overtime.
And-
like, no, I'm sorry. At 5 o'clock, I'm closing my fucking laptop.
Yeah.
Unless you're telling me that, like this needs to be done.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll obviously do it, but like
There's two facets to this. First of all, it's like accountability versus getting taken advantage of. Like, I do believe that you should be accountable for the work or like whatever your task is. Like, let's say we're both in marketing and like we do campaigns, right? So like I don't know what you're in
But
charge
the
of.
thing with you guys is like I feel like you have tasks, but they just pile more fucking tasks on you like
Sometimes.
throughout the day. And
But
it's like,
that's what she's
it's like, why are
talking
you
about.
doing
So
this if I clearly can't finish all this shit in one day?
let's say if you are I'm just using this as an example. Like if you are given like a task or something, like you need to be held accountable for that. You say like, yeah, I'm gonna finish this, finish it. Don't be like, oh, sorry, it's 6 p.m. Gotta sign off and go. You know, like that's also not. I feel like that's not good work
if you're
ethic.
gonna be done in like 10 minutes and it's 5:55, like yeah.
mhm.
Obviously
Not
you'll
even that. I
finish
just
it,
think
but,
that
like,
you need to be held accountable for the work that you say that you can do, and that you know what I mean. That you say that you're going to
Mhm.
be doing. But then there's also like being taken advantage of. If you keep saying that you can do like certain work, but there's more work and more work and more work being given to you, then it's like okay, you're just taking advantage of the fact that like I'm down to like show that I can do the work.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like you need to take that into consideration. And like what were you saying before? Oh yeah. What she was saying about how like she feels like you're made to seem lazy if you don't want to
Yeah.
like do more
Oh,
work. And you know what
so
that's
true.
called? Toxic positivity. And I've been researching and reading about toxic positivity, and it's so prevalent in like workplaces today. And it's
They're
just like
promoting you to be like a hard worker to benefit them.
Yeah.
Like it's fake
No, but
positivity.
it's
They're
not
like, yeah,
even-
you're doing a great job. Like keep working for $13 an hour for me.
yeah. And like this is in any
That's
workplace.
pretty
I'm
much what
just
they're saying.
I'm just talking about in general, the corporate climate right now. A lot of it is like, good job. Like you did so well on this. Like now you're doing so well. Now here's this. Like good job. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, thank
There's
you.
a
But then
$20
it's like,
President's Choice gift card for the
no,
for the year.
not that. I mean, like you did so
You're doing
well on
such a great job.
you did so well on this task. We want you to tackle this, or we want you to do that. And like it's like, okay, but if you say that you don't want to, am I lazy? Am I not a good do I have bad work
Mhm.
ethic? And it's like, no, like you need to also set boundaries. Like you can't like it's that toxic positivity of like, oh, you're doing great, here's more. And you should be so happy that like we're giving you this. And like, you know what I mean? It's like, where
They're
do you
just
draw
trying
the
to-
line?
I think I said this last time. They're just trying to squeeze as much out of you as they can before you hit like that threshold where you're like, okay, fuck this. Like I want to raise or something like that, you know? They're just like,
But
oh,
even-
okay, she can handle this. Okay, good. Let me just give her a little more. Let me just give
But even,
until the
like,
fucking
she-
teeter-totter just breaks. And then that's when you snap and get your raise. And then it's the same thing.
That's what I was gonna
They
say.
just keep putting more shit on you till you're outweighed and then you get that raise. And then the same fucking never-ending cycle when you work for somebody, in my opinion. You'll
And
never be
that's-
happy.
That's
You'll
well, I
never-
do think that you can be happy as long as you set boundaries, and that's where the work-life balance comes from. That like this person was talking about. Like you need to set boundaries for yourself. You know what I mean? Like tonight, for example, I was like, I need to be done at 6 because I need to come here and record the podcast. Are
Yeah.
you hot?
A little bit. It's all good.
Okay,
Don't ruin the.
don't ruin the vibe. Sorry. Okay.
Just keep
Anyways,
talking.
so I was like, to myself, I was like, I need to like leave at 6. I need to shut my laptop at 6 because I need to come record the podcast. I told my team like whatever, they're fine with it. But like realistically, like that's a boundary I've set for myself. Like I know like I need to shut my laptop at 6 because the podcast is a priority for me. Like, sorry, that's something that's a priority for me
Yeah.
that I've been working on. Like, same with you. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? You need to set that balance.
And it's
like,
something that like you guys built on your own, you know? So like it should take like more priority over like
in a sense, it should, you know? Like, it really, like, if you think about it,
if you had a big opportunity to interview somebody, but it had to be at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, like would you not like tell work you had
That's
to
the
leave?
thing. Like, are you like, can you? Like, are you allowed doing that?
You wouldn't
Yeah,
say it's for
dude.
your podcast, but the morning of, just be like, yo, I got an emergency. I got to leave at 2. Like, what the fuck are they going to say? Like,
okay.
you
well-
have to stay, you know?
Well, no, I would
Be like,
just
sorry,
I would be
can't
on-
stay. I'm
no, but
telling you I can't stay.
I would
So,
be
like-
honest. Like, I would literally just be
They
honest.
can fire you for that.
But then they
No,
could
they
be like,
can't.
Yes, they can because that's supposed to be work hours, and you're
yo, the
doing
sad
something.
thing is when it comes to work, you have to just play by the books. Like, just say you're
Friend,
sick, even though
no,
you're not sick.
you
because,
can't.
Like,
You can say I'm gonna take 2 hours in the day and I'll come back later and I'll allocate those 2 hours later in the day. The 2 hours I took, like it's not that, but
then
that's what
you're-
I mean.
Then
That's
you're
like
allowing them to give you more shit at 7 o'clock.
No, you're not.
because
You're saying
"Oh,
I'm
okay, you can
taking-
work after hours, no problem.
no, but if you're like I'm taking 2 hours off to interview Joe Rogan today. Sorry, I'm gonna take 2
Yeah.
hours now
If it
and
was,
I'll
like that serious,
and I'll
yeah,
make
but-
up the 2 hours later. You know what I mean? But like,
Mhm.
like you should be allowed to do that, and like you just be honest with them. And like most of the time, a lot of us, like you just said, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. Like you've never even asked or you've never even like tried. So how do you know?
I know in like my industry, if I was to be like, I'm leaving early because I gotta go like
Interview somebody.
interview somebody at a podcast or something, like
They'd be like, absolutely
they'd
not,
probably be like, okay.
I feel like if I said that,
take
and I
your
was,
tools home with you, and we'll
and never come back.
don't
But that's
come back to
different.
this job site.
I think that if I was honest and I was like, listen, I got to take like a couple hours off during the day, and I'll redo those hours later tonight. Like I think that it would be fine. Like I said, if you hold yourself accountable to saying and doing what you're gonna do, then like why not? You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like
so
that doesn't
I
really
wouldn't-
talk about
I wouldn't-
work-life
I wouldn't
balance.
Test it out, but
I mean, what? You're in an interview, you just wouldn't do it?
No, she wouldn't say, like, she would just say she was sick or something, like she had to go, like an emergency.
Alrighty, well.
That's what I say at work. I got an appointment. I gotta leave
All right,
at this
well,
time.
I mean,
Like,
you're on, you know what I mean?
huh?
You're saying this on a podcast. If
I tell my boss I got an emergency.
Okay.
That's what he knows.
it's not a bad thing though. Like,
Doesn't need to know what the emergency is. Like, it's my life too. Like, there's a bit of privacy outside that I'll tell him to his face. Like,
Yeah.
they would never say, "What's the emergency?" You know, like,
listen, I
It's
don't,
not
I
their
don't mind
position
doing
to say
extra
that.
work. I'm just saying, like, I'm not even talking about my job that I have. I'm just saying, in general, people shouldn't sacrifice their quality of life for work.
exactly, 100%.
That's
Yeah.
my thing.
I've been talking to a lot of people lately, just in different industries, and they're just saying how lately their mental health is affected by it. Like you want to be a perfectionist in everything that you do, so you're like,
Mhm.
okay, I need to do everything like up to par, and that sometimes means going above and beyond. But then other areas of your life suffer. Like I was talking to this girl, and she was basically saying how she would get so tense at work, and she's literally working like this all day. That like after when she like goes home or wherever she goes with her like husband and shit, she's like taking it out on him because she's so tense, and he'll talk to her and she'll be like, shut the fuck up or like whatever. And then
How is that enjoyable?
she'll be like in bed that night. She'll be like, oh my God, like
That's a sign.
This
like,
is
your
my work is-
yeah.
my
Affecting
work is making,
relationships.
affecting my
Mhm.
relationship. You know what I mean?
That's when that's when work-life balance, what Franny's saying, is like not good. Like,
Yeah,
when you're like taking it out at home or you're bringing it home, it's just like that's
affects
when.
your relationships, your friendships, like it makes you irritable. Like it makes you want to snap.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I do that too sometimes when I'm in a bad mood. I take it on other people.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think
Yeah,
just
sometimes
you
your
know that.
self-reflection, you're like shitting. That's
I'm not shitting on you. It was
yeah,
a
That was
joke.
very condescending.
Okay, calm down. Next.
So I want to, well, we got a lot of requests, and I wish freaking Francie was here for this topic because he will literally go on and on about this topic. But we got a
Gotta
lot of
go.
requests to talk about. We talked about it before, like a long time ago, when we were recording on our mom's bed. Do you remember? We're literally recording on mommy's bed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Woman in sports,
Oh.
but not woman in sports. Essentially, I have the question right here.
I'll always say mommy.
Why do you think there's an inconsistency or gap between men and women in sports? Now, if Francie were here, I'll tell you what he would say. And I agree with him
For
because,
those
like,
who don't know, that's
oh, sorry, my boyfriend. So I used to have, not used to, I still have obviously the strong opinion I say I'm a feminist. I don't say it in a way where I'm like, I hate men, fuck men, like, men
Free
need to
the nip.
Yeah, free the nipples and just men need to die. Like, if you are like that,
if you want to free the nip,
if you want to free the nip, fine. I don't think you should, think men should die. But like, I'm a feminist in the fact where like, I believe men and women should have equal opportunities. Men and women, not just women support, whatever, like both. So when I talk about women in sports, I had this obviously like question, like a lot of people do, as to why they don't get paid the same way men do. And when I had this conversation with Francie at first, it did not go well because it was just kind of like, well, this and that and that and that. And I want to speak for him. And I was like, he wasn't really getting my point. I wasn't really getting his point. But after multiple conversations about the same kind of thing, it's kind of true. And I read this article where it's like, not only do women not get paid like the same amount of money, but the marketing effort's not the same. Like they don't have enough marketing dollars.
That's
like,
where like it stems from too, right?
But then Francie was saying like, why don't they have enough? Why don't they have marketing dollars? Because nobody watches them. Why does no one watch them? Because women are usually the main audience of women, and women aren't even supporting these women in sports. And I kind of like agree. Like I kind of got it. I was like, I don't even fucking watch women's sports. And I'm like advocating that like, woo, like I love women because I do, and I'm a woman, and I've played soccer, and like obviously, like if I was a professional athlete, I want the same opportunity. But like I don't even. And then he asked me when that night to name 3 women role models, and I couldn't even fucking say 2. And I was literally, I was like,
Earhart.
Who?
Yeah, you said that, Amelia Earhart, and I was like,
No,
yeah,
I
like
didn't. I said the New Zealand.
I said Serena Williams, but do I even really know who that is? Like. No, I'm not even
Okay,
trying to be funny with
but
this. I'm actually being serious. It was like a self-reflection moment. Like, kudos to Francie. He's not here, but like, no, wait. I'm not done. Like, my thought process, whatever. So it's like, we don't like, I'm not saying all women, because I know a lot of people who do, like, for example, Isabella watches women's sports and like
Isabella
advocates for them. But like a lot of women don't watch women's sports and advocate that they deserve equal rights. It starts, I think, with women supporting women. And then he made a point where it's like, but women rather watch other women shit on each other in Desperate Housewives keeping up with the fucking Kardashians. But women are supporting those people who are doing what for the world? Absolutely fucking like nothing.
They're actually ruining it, to be honest.
Exactly. Rather than supporting women in sports who actually have talent and have the potential to make it as big as men, but like no one's fucking supporting them. We can't expect men to support them if women aren't even supporting them.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, because men rather watch men.
Right?
Why?
But think about actually why. Like, where is this deep rooted from, though?
I get that as well. There's definitely
because
a
when it comes to like physical sports, I think people like assume men are just more like physical. So like to watch 2 men, 2 bulky ass men fucking fighting or something in MMA, for example, like that would be a more interesting fight in the eyes of like the population.
That's fine.
Over 2 women fighting because like they may not be as strong or whatever the fuck the situation might be, like what people might think.
Well, I know
that's
actually,
my theory.
When we watch what's it called, the boxing UFC? Is it UFC?
Yeah.
And 2 women are fighting. Like a lot of people like are in that stadium.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
it's actually
one
like
sport
sick.
where like women get a lot of attention from it, but it's like it's because if you look at the crowd, it's women like it's everybody watching. It's also UFC's entertaining. You know what I mean? Soccer is only entertaining if you make it entertaining. If like you're doing tricks, if you're doing this and that. Not to say women don't do that, but like I feel like it just starts with like women supporting women, and women don't do that. Like actually, women don't do that. There's a lot of women who don't support other women and like don't want to see other women succeed. And again, rather watch people shitting each other like Desperate Housewives. That to women's entertaining. That's what people want to talk about rather than like, I'm not saying everybody.
It's so deep rooted in society that we aren't even aware. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I know.
Like sports, like men in sports and like men at the FIFA World Cup and like the NBA and what's the hockey one? The NHL. Like all of those are so deep rooted back into like what? The 19 what? Like the NHL goes how far back? You know what I mean?
And the Olympics goes how far. That's why it's more popular.
And the Olympics goes how far back? And all these sports go how far back? Where it was like only men allowed to participate. So it's so deep rooted in society that these sports and these things are predominantly men that it's hard for women to naturally just be like, oh, let's turn on and watch women like the WNBA. So it's like very deep rooted in like the societal like systems, you know, and like just how like why is it called Real Housewives of Atlanta? Like, of course it's fucking entertaining. Anyone's fighting is entertaining. But like, again, that's like society and the media like playing off of the societal pressures and like deep rooted things that have come from like generations. women are housewives. So let's do Real Housewives just fucking fighting and like throwing drinks on each other.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that was my argument.
That's
but
fun
how
to
do you
watch.
change that though?
It's true, like it changes with women trying to make a change, but also men. Like if you like sports, if you are a fan of sports because you like sports,
I know a lot of guys
you will
that
watch women's sports and men's sports. If you're a fan of both, if you're a fan of sports in general, you'll watch women's sports and men's sports. I know exactly who you're thinking of and talking about, that there are some men out there that they genuinely love sports and they'll throw up on their Instagram story like a girl in sports or like a guy in like whatever.
Even
you know
Luca
what I
does
mean?
it too. Like
Yeah, our cousin Luca like talks.
Malala literally does that all the
Yeah,
time.
that's what I was thinking about. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of bullshit in a way to be like, it needs to come from women. Why? Like we're all in this like societal
no,
cycle
it does
of
though. I
things.
still agree with that. Like
I'm not
not
playing
disagreeing.
devil's
women
advocate
like
on
Love
both.
Island. It's huge. Like it's literally huge. It's
Men
one of the
love
big.
Love Island.
But like it started. I feel like more women watched Love Island before men did. Then it just became like
Not
kind of like a
necessarily.
big
There's
show.
But also, why are men watching Love Island but not women's sport? Like it's just like
Yeah, it's
weird.
like it shouldn't be like women are the
it
ones.
just
who
comes down to like marketing. I get like the way they're selling it. Like
yeah, exactly. But it's so
no
deep.
one's intrigued to watch like women's fucking lacrosse.
Why?
Or like, because they don't market it. There's no
Why
like
don't they
reason to
market
watch it.
But why don't they market it?
There's no money in it. No one watches it.
But why don't they watch it? Because
But
it's
that's
not
his
marketed.
point. His point is they don't have marketing dollars because there's not enough interest in lacrosse.
Yeah,
I
why
know,
don't
but my
people watch
point is-
shitty budgeted movies?
But my
like, they just
point
weren't
is-
marketed well. Like
But my point is there's not enough marketing dollars in it because of like how deep rooted it is that like men are the ones that play sports and women are the ones who are fucking desperate housewives, or do you know what I mean? Like I see both sides too. I'm also just playing devil's advocate. Like I know like why women's sports isn't more marketed.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like to say that like women need to be the ones to like do it for women is kind of like, oh,
they
this
don't
is just
need to be.
this is just another thing that like women need to like do for themselves to be more like prevalent in society the same as men. You know?
I don't think they need to be, but like it would definitely like help.
Well, it would help if you watch women in sports too.
But I don't watch men's sports.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck about
That's true.
sports.
I'm not saying you, but like
in general.
Yeah.
How about gamers? Do guys watch girl gamers?
yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Why?
I don't know. They just
Like do you like
Because it's hot.
well, some people. There's obviously.
well,
like,
then you're just sexualizing.
Yep.
Like I know what guys love Karina Koff when she games because her tits are out and she's like,
yeah, like
Yeah,
some,
of
there's
course.
some.
But like
people
everything
that.
is like overly sexualized in women gamers, and I know this for a fact because I work with
But
like
there
a
is
lot
like
of
big girl
campaigns.
streamers that aren't like that.
Oh no, I know, but I'm
Like-
saying most of the time, like women gamers, like they have all the makeup. If a woman gamer looked like how a guy when he gamed, like when guys game, they're like in their raggedy clothes and their hair's all fucked up and they're like sweating and shit. When women, I've never seen a girl gamer like do that. She's usually in this like anime like type style makeup with like
No, it's true.
ears and like big
Because it sells.
Exactly. But like, why don't men have to do that? Why don't men, like, for them to get viewers, they need to look good. If I came on screen and started to game or even podcast, like looking the way I do when I roll out of bed, I doubt anyone would watch my streams gaming. You know what I mean? But if I like did
They
it
don't
all
watch,
up,
not all guys. You know how many? There's like 50 times more guy streamers than there are girls, and like
I know, but
there's
do
not a
you
lot of
understand
like
my point?
famous.
yeah, I get it.
I'm kind of like having a hard time.
I think
we're
she's saying
trying
like
to
let's just
say-
say you're watching like girls soccer. If girls change their uniforms to be V-neck type things with little short shorts, guys would probably watch more, right?
I'd assume so, just because
Okay,
like
so I
people
think- I think
sexualize shit.
That's
so.
what I'm saying. I think the whole premise is like even women athletes are like, why do we have to be sexualized in order for our talent to be like recognized, essentially?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's bullshit.
I see both sides too. Like, there's certain things like men like. I don't even want to get into this.
We're not,
but you
like,
can see
we're
with the
trying to,
whole
like,
Johnny.
attack you or
You can
just,
see
like-
with the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. There's some things that like men go through that like that they shouldn't go through either. You know, like I see both
yeah,
sides.
but let's be real. That doesn't like happen to a guy often. I feel.
A lot more, I think, than you think. Like a lot.
What do you mean? What doesn't happen
Like
to a guy
abuse?
often? Abuse?
Like yeah, like the
I think that
situation
happens-
he was in isn't like.
I do think that happens a lot more than we think. And again, that's because guys are meant to feel like they can't come out with it and say, I was like physically or emotionally abused by women because
True.
people are gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, what the fuck? You know, so that's like on the flip side. And it shouldn't be men against women with anything, but like I think at the end of the day, the woman in sports thing, it comes down to really like deep rooted intergenerational like societal
Yeah,
norms.
I guess it's like the way it was
original.
originated, right?
Yeah.
So like, it's still changing. Like I don't know.
Well, anyways, we didn't mean to put you on the spot there because I know like whatever. But yeah, I think Fran wanted to like really talk about that.
But yeah, that's one thing that also leads me. I don't even want to talk about that. I was going to, but I don't even want to.
What?
It's Andrew Tate, and I fucking hate that guy. We already spoke about him.
Andrew Tate?
And
okay, can you explain for the viewers who don't really know who Andrew Tate is?
That guy's a disaster.
Do you know?
Andrew Tate is...
You know
from
Andrew Tate?
From what I've seen of him.
Is he yes or no?
Yeah, you said yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate is a guy who got... I don't know how the fuck this guy got famous. Like,
he does like a course, no?
No, but he blew up for having like really nice cars, I think. Like he was like flat, like
P.S. I didn't know about him until you started talking about him, and then he started popping up on my phone. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
And essentially, I think people like him and guys like him is because he's bringing back alpha male, like that alpha male energy where it's like, he's like reversing everything everybody's ever worked for, and like kind of
and those like misogynistic guys are like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, like you know what I mean?
Basically he says that like girls are like, he calls his girlfriend, he calls her well trained. He said my girlfriend's well trained, you know, or he'll
well
be like,
trained for what? I'm confused.
Like a well trained woman. Or he'll be like
just implying she's a fucking dog
or he'll be like, you know, if my girl does OnlyFans, she's not allowed to keep any of the profit because she's my property. So like, if I'm investing in this girl, that everything she makes,
if I'm investing in her,
it's my body, it's my property. Like I own, like that's mine. So I get the. And one girl was like, well, wouldn't it be half and half? And he's like, no. He's like, if someone was using your house, would you give? He used like a stupid analogy like that. If someone was using your shit.
So what about the money he makes? Does she get it because
No.
someone's using her man?
No.
Like,
because he's not using his body to get it.
but if he did, let's say
I have no
would you have
like
that same
opinion on this
mentality?
guy because he is literally the dirt on the bottom. Like, you know what I mean? Remember the other night, Fran was like, I would love to have Andrew Tate on the podcast. I was like, I feel, can you imagine?
Yo, the best
He
thing is...
He came on our itty bitty little Toronto podcast.
No, but like, I wouldn't even,
he was
I'm
sitting
telling
right
you
there.
guys right now, you guys were all like, I wouldn't be scared, I feel like.
Yeah, what's he gonna
I'm
do,
not
hate
saying you would be
Like, what's he
scared.
gonna do? Call me like, oh, you're ugly, bitch. Like, okay, cool, call me ugly. Like, I don't give a shit.
Oh my god, did you see that video where it's like he talks about like him embodying like this big alpha male and it's him walking like this?
Yeah, his ass cheeks are clenched and he's
Like his butt cheeks
no,
are like
nothing wrong with how he walked, whatever, walk the way you want to walk.
Fran, he was talking about alpha male energy and he was walking with his butt cheeks clenched and like he was just like
Maybe it just sells for him and he's
It
just
does, I
doing
think.
this persona, you know?
like there's no way that's how someone actually is. Like
there's no way.
I think he's doing it for shock
There's no
factor.
way his girlfriend like actually loves him when he talks.
He's
about her
doing
like
that for shock factor. There's no way.
Of course he is. It's selling though. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, like that's probably the way he's looking at it.
I don't know.
He's like,
I just think if he was in front of me right now, I wouldn't have a problem being like this, and that. Can you explain this, and that? If he wants to come at me, fine. Like,
Dude,
what's he
he
really
would
gonna?
look so sad if he came at you.
What's he really gonna say to me? Like, he's gonna offend me? Okay, fine. If you offend me, whatever. Like, at the same time, I don't know.
I don't know. A guy like that can't really offend you with much, you know? Like,
Yeah, like
What's he gonna say? You belong in the kitchen? Shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
cool.
Like,
Like people like
You
that
belong
don't
in the
bother me
fucking
because I think
jail. You belong in jail.
yeah.
people like that don't bother me because they're so far removed from like reality that they live in their own world. It's like cool, stay
Dude,
there.
imagine that
You know what I
guy
mean?
when he's like 50, you know? Like, how
It's like
greasy he's gonna
Someone
be.
like that, like if you actually objectify a woman that much, like you're
Yeah.
missing out on a whole side of life because you're never gonna like find like this sounds so cheesy, but like true like love and happiness. Like you'll never be
But
able to
to
get
him,
married.
that's his
You'll-
happiness, you know? Like,
Okay, then that's what I mean. Then you live in your own world. So I don't know why like everyone gets so bothered by it really, even though I just said that guy bothers me. But you
it's
think about
annoying
it.
because he's making money.
Yeah, that is
And there's
what's
people that are
annoying.
working hard that aren't making money.
Yeah, there's people
It's
that are
annoying.
nice
It kinda
guys
bothers-
working
it's,
hard.
It's like the same opinion I have on like OnlyFans. Like, that's not hard work. I'm sorry.
Rome.
OnlyFans is
He
not
can have his opinion.
fucking
man.
hard work. It can't be hard work to take pictures of yourself or do whatever. Like, that can't be considered hard work
glasses.
in my eyes. I just can't consider it hard work. Just like him making videos of him saying ridiculous like
Well, I'm sure you
shit
know
and
what?
making money from it. Like,
You can always take pictures of your toes, sell them. I'm telling you, somebody will
easily.
want them.
I told Sam, I was like, that's the only type of OnlyFans that I would like semi be okay with. Like
Like you
just
doing?
like her doing.
No, I'm saying you.
Me
like,
too,
as a guy,
probably.
like guys can take pictures of their body parts and do in OnlyFans. I'm telling you, they probably make a lot of money as well.
Easily.
So
Feed
like, I
pics?
know a lot of people are like, well, girls girls want equality, but they do OnlyFans and stuff. Well, guys can also do that if they wanted to and still get money from it.
But it wouldn't sell.
Why? There's guys who like guys. There's guys who like. Everyone has their own preference.
Yeah, but it just goes, it's like the guys with sports things. Like, people just want to watch guys sports. Like, people would rather like
Yes.
a guy with no shirt or a girl with no shirt. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
Even women want to see
Depends what
girls
your
with no
preference.
shirts. Like, I don't know. It's just different, you know?
No, yeah, I get that.
Well,
Like, it sells more, and that's what, like, naturally will, like, just like TikTok, it naturally is, like, on the feed showing shit that, like, you want to see, or, like, the For You page is just,
True.
like, or whatever, like, trending now. It's just always, like, something that's just trending. It's like that with everything.
Mine's
though.
always Andrew Tate, so I think I need to stop talking about
yeah,
him.
stop talking about this guy.
Yeah.
Ever since
Like,
you
he
started
literally
bringing
is
this
giving
guy
me
up,
fucking,
he's all over my
He's
TikTok
making
feed.
more money now.
yeah, like, because he's on my fucking TikTok and it's
Yeah.
pissing me off. Like, get off my TikTok. The timer's
It's 9:30, so I mean, we're kind of cutting close.
okay.
wise or
Let's do that Love Island thing.
okay, really quick.
Okay, Love Island. Roman's not, I guess, doesn't watch. I'm at Casa Moore. Sam's not caught up yet.
So we're gonna okay, but what's he gonna do? Rate these girls? Like, we're not making him rate women right now.
No.
We just talked about Andrew Tate. What are we doing with these?
Now
Yes.
rate these women.
No, we wanted you to rate them based on like their characters on Love Island, but because you don't watch
I
Love
don't even
Island,
know
I'm
their
gonna show you a
characters.
picture and you're gonna be like,
Do you want me to, like, guess her personality? Just
yeah,
by
let's
looking
do
at her?
that. You know, we don't want to like rate people based on their looks. That's not nice.
I mean, judging her on her looks is not, like, nice either.
That's what I mean. We're not doing that. But we wanted to like show you the Love Island characters and you like rate how they are in the house, in the Love Island villa, I mean, but you don't watch it. So I don't really know how this is gonna work.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
Yeah, let's not. We'll save it for when you watch Love Island. Alrighty, well, I think that's it for today. Thank you, Roman, for joining us and coming on.
No problem. Dad,
Um,
thanks for inviting me.
Reminder: when's this coming out? This episode next week.
Yep.
Well, reminder that our event is next week, next Saturday,
August 20th.
August 20th. Today was the last day to RSVP, which is August 9th today. So, yeah, but obviously you can still come. Just there wouldn't be vouchers for you.
We can maybe hook something up, but we'll see. Let us know if you are gonna come by. It'll just be like a fun little night. Roman's gonna be there, so if you want to hear some Roman's rants in person, it's a lot
Drunk
more.
Roman's rant.
Oh my god,
Oh,
drunk Roman's
It's
rants.
gonna be scary.
That actually is
Yes.
scary. Like
Yes.
we sometimes stay up till 4 a.m. just listening to Roman rants all night.
Oh my god, my
it's gonna
birthday
be
when
scary.
holy fuck, not you, but just like on my birthday, like remember Tina went to bed and it was just like me, you, Francie, Chris, and Tucker, and you guys were talking for 8. I'm like, hey,
They do.
I'm like, can we go to bed now?
Oh,
Well, you know,
can
because
talk for
Roman
It was
has
like
literally
3:30 and
hours.
everyone's just talking still. I'm like, okay, like
Our group of friends, though, like me, Rome, Tuck, and like them, like we can literally talk. Like every time we hang out or chill and like drink and there's like alcohol involved, we can literally talk till like 4 a.m. And then we look at the time, we're like, oh fuck, we should probably go
Every
home.
night is a late night.
Friends sitting there like, dude,
I have a
are you guys in-
threshold, 2:30, like
Get me the fuck out of there.
bedtime.
Alrighty.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for watching / listening, and thank you, Roman, for coming on.
No
maybe
problem.
don't do that. We can't. Okay, cross the camera.
Yeah.
See you guys August 20th. Woo!
All right.
Thanks.